Hello all and welcome to just a quick video recapping the London gaming market that took place yesterday. Yesterday being Sunday, July the 11th at time of recording, and it's just a quick recap with regards to who I met and of course the handful of games that I picked up. Now it is literally just a handful of games, a handful of Xbox 360 games, but for me it was largely about the social aspect of things. Going to this event and meeting up with these YouTubers in the flesh for the very first time and speaking to them, you know, one-to-one just for the very first time, and what conversations we had. It was a real pleasure to talk to all of them, to meet all of them, to introduce myself to them, and it just made an absolutely great day, just so much more awesome. It really was that good. I mean, we had a great time at the market. We then had a great chat outside. We then went for some food as well and had a great chat over some, you know, some food and some drinks, and it was just a brilliant day, and that was what made it. Yes, I probably should have done some footage inside and things like that. Sorry that I haven't, but for me again, it was just about enjoying the day, forgetting my troubles, and just talking to all these absolutely amazing, awesome people. So I'm going to put links to all their channels in the description below. Please do take your time to check them all out if you haven't done so already. Again, they are just genuine, honest, great, fun people, and yeah, amazing day, absolutely amazing day. So indeed, who did I meet? Well, I met Champion 2D Rob, I met Sinisteve, I met Scott, Sega Saturn lad, I met the Retro Godfather, and I also met, of course, the legend that is Scott Brand, Sega Zombie, and he was with the lovely Jade. And I say it was just a genuine honour and a pleasure to talk to all of them. It really was. It is exactly what made the day. So with that, let's share some pickups now. Share some pickups indeed. Like I said, there is a handful of games, but this thing here, this Xbox 360 sign, is actually a pickup as well. There was this store that had all of these, loads of these, and I walked past it once and I didn't really look at it because these sort of things generally aren't my thing. But as you can see, this one says Xbox 360, and I was standing at the stall at the time with Champion 2D Rob, and I just said, I've got to have that, haven't I? That is totally my thing as well. He picked up one for a specific game. They did ones for specific consoles, for manufacturers, franchises, developers, and games and things like that. But everyone knows I love my Xbox 360. That's why my pickups are all Xbox 360. So I saw that and I said, I've got to have that, and I Rob, and he was like, yeah, that's totally you. So yeah, I picked this up, and the one that he picked up was for a specific game. I'm not going to ruin his pickups for you, but it is absolutely amazing how they've done and what it looks like. It is a brilliant little one of these. But these are so cool because they come with this little stand magnetized to the back here. Obviously, that was why it was propped up of its own free will just then. But it's got one each side, and it doubles up as a fridge magnet, so that's really cool. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the stand on, I'm going to have that in front of my TV, it's central, just like that, and obviously that's just above my current Xbox 360 that is in use. So that's just a cool little pickup, a little decoration for the gaming area, which is obviously totally just me. So before we dive into the games that I bought, I'm going to show you one game that was brought for me as a gift, again from the legend that is Sega Zombie. We was on a swap shop together once upon a time. It was probably a good month or so ago, and I had a PSP game that he wanted, and he had some Xbox 360 games, and obviously this is one of them. Now when he showed it, I was like, oh, I do really need that, but it's a classics edition and I'm a little bit sort of undecided. And he just went, you know what, Rob, don't worry about it, you can have it, I'll gift it to you. And you know what, I don't even care it's a classics edition now. So what, it sits on the shelf and its spine looks a little bit different. That means absolutely nothing. What actually means something now is that this was gifted to me by someone in the community who I now perceive as a very good friend of mine, and that means much more than just having what we dub as an upgrade, when really it's still the game, isn't it? It's still the game, you know what I mean? Look at that, there's nothing to it. So this won't even be upgraded in the future. It will be staying in the collection because it just means so much more, and that means it's got a little story behind it, and we all love a little story behind owning a game as well. And of course it's Sonic, it's Sega, it's from Sega Zombie, and it gotta be kept, never going anywhere, being the collection #1 version of this game. Okay, so 4 more games that I picked up. I picked up one game from one stall, and it was the first purchase of the day. Once you're in a gaming market, you're very eager to get a purchase under your belt, aren't you? And when I saw, I think it was, no, there we go, paid £10 for this. There it is, Console Passion. That was the store that I got this from. I don't mind buying from them. I bought from them I think nearly every London game market, because I know that the stuff is quality and looked after and cared for. So if a game is for a good price, then I've got no hesitance about buying it. So they had I think they had all 3 Silent Hill games, but this one was just at a great price. As you see, it was £10. I think CX sold this for 12. And the Silent Hill games, obviously the Silent Hill is a very popular name within the horror genre of gaming, and it's just one of those sort of games that's not going to go down in price, if you get what I mean, because of the Silent Hill name. So for £10, I must admit, I've had it out of the bag and put it back in again. It is complete in there. There is a manual in there. So yeah, just absolutely fantastic. In fact, let's just whip out the bag quickly, because it's an absolutely mint condition. As I say, that's why I don't mind buying from them, because I know the condition that they're kept in. And a nice reversible cover, and a really nice reversible cover as well, with the game properly written on the spine. So that may well happen, actually, because that's really nice. Do you know what? Sod it. Let's get it out. Let's get it out. So there we go. Yeah, I really like that. That could happen. That could happen. But anyway, I'm not going to put that back together now. We'll do that in a second. But yeah, Silent Hill Homecoming for just a tenner, which is a great price. So really pleased about that. Now, deal of the day for me, one stall had literally sort of a grid of 9 boxes or maybe 12 boxes or whatever. And each box had a different sort of set of games from a console in it. And literally they had one price tag in the middle, and it said £4 each or free for a tenner. And the Xbox 360 box was right at the back. It's quite central as well. I had to really lean over. But as soon as I saw this one game in the box, I knew straight away that I wanted that game anyway at that price, because it was a fair price and an honest price. Picked it up, checked it up. It had a manual in it. And that one game, that first game that I saw, is Crash Time. Now, I've got 3, 4, and 5, and I'm missing 1 and 2. And this is the first one, number 1. That's why it's not written on there, because it is the first one. Opened up, manual inside as well. Even flipped the disc around, expecting, you know, are these just bargain because, you know, they're a little bit ropey? No, they're not. They're perfect as well. This game goes for 12 quid in CX, and the Crash Time games are a little bit more obscure to find. So a £12 game in a 3 for £10 deal, I've already saved money. So really pleased with that. Another game that I could see there, I mean, these ones aren't overly expensive, but they're more of a mid-range price. I just saw it sitting there at the back, had to have it, and that was Air Conflicts Vietnam. And this game at CEX is £8, and again, of course, complete with manual and a nice minty disc as well. So I saw that and I had to have it. So suddenly I've got 2 games for £10 that should cost around about 20. So basically now we're a proper free territory here. And well, it was another £2 spend for another game, and that final game was the only other one in the box that I needed. And the funny thing is, I picked up the first one just recently in my latest CEX challenge, and now I've got the other one, which someone in the comments told me about and very much educated me on Rocksmith. So thank you if you are watching this video as well. Much appreciated. Yeah, Rocksmith, all new 2014 edition. Now, this is only £2.50 game in CX, so I'm actually saving 50p if you're considering that this cost me an extra £2 on top of the other 2 games I bought for 8 quid, but massively saving overall. I was saving a whole £12.50 on the whole lot. So basically, I'm almost getting Crash Time for free and paying a tenner for the other 2. It's another way of looking at it. Yeah, this one does have some box damage, but it was all I needed, and the case replacement isn't too, you know, difficult to sort out. But it's got everything in it again, all minty and fresh and things like that. So now I've got both the games. I will have to source the cable and the guitar and everything that you need for it. Again, not entirely 100% sure what I'm looking for, but I'm pretty sure once I see it, it's going to be obvious, certainly if I search for it on eBay. So that's the handful of games that I've got, and these, you know, I'm going to bring back these 3 games in total, because these were the deal of the day for me, obviously. As I say, I didn't buy much because it was largely about the social aspect, but to see these 3 games here turn up for a free for £10 when they'd cost you £22.50 for the lot was an absolute steal. And as I say, as Crash Time falls down, ironic, then that was the one. That was the one that I saw, and I thought, I can't believe that's there, because I kind of wanted to focus on the last 2 Crash Times and get all 5 Crash Times done, and sort of that little subset of Crash Time games complete. So just 2 to go now, just 2 to go, as in the number 2, not 2 games left. But anyway, please, again, all those channels that I've mentioned, links in description, please do check them all out. I'd like to personally thank them all if they're watching, just for, again, for an awesome day. You know, sometimes you really need a good day out, and I did, and I had one, and it was just fantastic. Here's hoping it's not too long before we're able to do that sort of stuff again and have a good chat again. Obviously, we will message a lot anyway, but in person is always so much better, and what a real pleasure and a joy it was. So with that, I think it's time to sign out and just say thank you very much for watching. And as always, please do Take care.